Hey folks, AJ the CEO here, and we got another great product here from AIDA Imaging. This is the IP-Comm POE. Now, what is this? This is a device that you can wirelessly attach to your network, and it provides PoE power. So you can put this and put another camera somewhere that supports PoE, and this will turn your camera into a Wi-Fi camera that will show over NDI or RTSP and stuff like that. So you can connect to the camera in different locations. So say maybe you have a venue and you want to set up a camera temporarily. This can be powered by a Canon battery or has a 12-volt power supply that you can plug into this, and you can connect this and literally put a camera almost anywhere that you have a Wi-Fi connection. Let's go ahead and check it out. Let's look at the specs. Let's go ahead and set it up. And then I also have the AIDA imaging camera that they sent me as well upstairs, and we're gonna hook this up with nothing but the Wi-Fi on how we can actually get this integrated into our system. All right, so a link is going to be down below to this. They did not pay for this review. They did send this to me, but again, the opinions are my own. We're going to let it stand on its own, and we're going to be holding on to this for a while so we can test this out. So let me know down below where other places you want me to test this out. Now, let me go ahead and say this before we even get started. This is not a way for you to integrate this with the ATEM. So when I do the test of what I'm getting ready to do, there is no way, there's no HDMI out or nothing like this to integrate with the ATEM or any type of switcher that needs a physical connection. This will test this out in vMix, OBS, and any other device that can get RTSP or NDI connections and stuff like that. All right, so that's where we're going to go. But as you can see, here's the website, talking about what it can do: wireless revolution, wireless transmission, all this other cool stuff, PoE powered, all this other stuff. And again, it does not include a battery. It does include the plug. And let's go ahead and set it up. The first thing is we need to connect it and bond it to our wireless network first. And then we're going to connect it to our device and get everything connected. And that's how we can feed everything over. Link is down below for all the specs. Also, let me cut back over here so y'all can see. You can see it has mounting holes in the bottom, so you can put this on a tripod or any type of mount if your camera supports it and stuff like that. Typically, this would be like on a tripod or something like that that you can place. So, and again, let you know, this is not like you can just hook like a camcorder up to this. It's looking for PoE power, and it's going to send everything over your network. So this is, again, not for a camera that has a physical connection. This is for turning any type of PoE camera into a wireless one. That's what this does. So what we're going to do, I have an Ethernet cable here, and we're going to connect this, and we're going to connect this to my computer, and we're going to go through the interface of how to connect to everything. So you want to connect to this, and it's an IP address that we want to link to that's defaultly on this, and we want to connect this device to our Wi-Fi. All right, so let's plug this in here so we can get some power. We're going to turn that on. Now, let's go ahead and go back to our computer. We're going to go to our networking now so that we can get this all set up. All right, let's go to our network settings. And I have multiple network adapters here on my computer, so I need to enable that one. Now, because of this, we need to set it up to a static IP address here. All right, so now that we have our network adapter here, what we're going to do is set this to a static IP so that we can connect to it. So we have this unidentified network. That's the one I have it plugged into. All right, so we got our network set up. I have it set to a manual IP address because defaultly this has an IP address to set. So we're going to be able to get to this. So let's go ahead and run advanced IP scanner, even though I know it's default, but I just want to show you. By default, the IP address of this is 192.168.1.108. Just to show you, there's the computer that we have connected right now. Just give it a second. And these should be the only two things that are on this network. It's its own private little thing. All right, and there you go. So let's go ahead here and open up our browser. And as you see, there is the login page. Now let's go ahead and log in. It is admin, and then it is 6 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we are here. So what we need to do now is connect this to my Wi-Fi. So we're going to connect it, let it scan for a second. All right, so as you can see, it's showing all my networks. Honestly, I don't know why it's showing different ones. They're all the same. I just have different access points in here. So make sure you know the right one. I am going to pick my second floor one, and that would be here. I'll go ahead and select that, and then I'm going to put in the Wi-Fi code so that I can get onto that network. And we're going to go ahead and connect it. Give it a second. All right, so it says it's connected, but let's go ahead and log in again. It shouldn't be responding to this IP address. All right, so now we've rebooted. If we go here, it says we're connected. Let's go ahead and enable a link. And as it says, doing so will cause a loss of your connection and enable a direct link to the network. You can return to this menu if you factory reset the device and everything like that. So let's go ahead and say yes. So now it is on my main network. I'm looking at my router right now. Let's give it a couple of seconds for it to reboot. All right, so we got it enabled. So now let's go ahead and unplug this, and we're going to take this upstairs, and we're going to see about connecting this to our camera first to show, does it send power to the camera and power it up just over Ethernet cable, and then can we bridge to that camera now just over the network? So let's unplug this and let's get upstairs. All righty, as you see, we got the AIDA Imaging PTZ here. Let's go ahead, get this all set up beside here. As you can see, that's the only thing that's here. Let's slide this over. Let's get this plugged in here. All right, so that's the only thing that is connected here. Let's power that on. All right, so obviously it's sending power. Now this camera already has a static IP address that I gave it. And just to verify, that is the only thing that's connected, nothing else, and then we just got power. And if you need to see, my access point is right here. That's what it's connected to. So now that we got it on, let's go downstairs and see if we can see it on the network. All right, folks, so if everything works, this camera already has a static IP address when I had it set down here. And that was 192.168.0.91. So let's go ahead and go over to our computer. Now, for whatever reason, when I do the advanced scanner, it doesn't pick up the camera at all. So, and I'm not seeing it on my network either. So that's what that IP address is. So if I bring this over here for a second so you can see, again, I'm not seeing the 9.1 at all. This is the IP address that's going to the IP-Comm. Not really sure why it's not detecting it. It should. I don't know if it's doing anything with the IP or whatever, but as you can see, okay, 91 now is showing. I don't know why my network is. Maybe my Unify is going slow, but this is the camera. So let's go ahead and check it out. Y'all saw what's connected. And if we bring it up, look at that. There's our network. So let's go admin. And there is, you see my messy kitchen right there. And we still have control and all this other cool stuff. Let me see, I can spin this around here. And I'm actually now controlling it with the joystick. So the joystick still works. So if I spin it all the way around, you can see that's the cable upstairs with everything is connected to it. Really cool. Now, let's go ahead and open up OBS, because if it's on the network, this is an NDI camera. let's go ahead and minimize this. And now let's see if we can find it as an NDI source. And there it is. And there we go. So now we've taken this one camera that typically needs a physical connection, and you can just have this. So just imagine, like if you're in a wedding or something like that, and you want to have a PTZ camera, but you don't want to have cables for people tripping over stuff. You can have this on a tripod, the camera on the tripod, have this mounted on the tripod, and then you can just have this either with a battery that's running the whole thing or actually having it physically plugged up. But just imagine with a battery, you can have a couple of these, and now you can truly have a portable situation. Again, in my setup, this wouldn't work for me since I'm using the ATEM, but if I'm at a game and I'm using OBS and I have the network established and everything like this, this will be a great option because as you can see, I'm completely controlling everything. I need to speed up my joystick a little bit. And I can't get low enough for you to see, but you see there's no other cables connected, and that's what's going on with it. So really, really cool how that works. And if you needed to, you could revert back to the original IP address. So like if I bring this up here, if you need to do a factory reset and get it, change it to a different network or something like that, just like the warning said, we go to 192.168.1.108. And it might not respond since I need to have it physically connected here to do a reset. So we might have to connect it and switch over to that other IP address. But that's how you could do a factory reset. So that's pretty much it. Awesome little kit. Again, AIDA Imaging, thank you so much for sending me this stuff and just innovating. I like the fact that now this gives the opportunity to add other stuff and expand your POE cameras to where you can still use them and don't have to have wires all over the place. You've replaced all these wires, but just need to have a battery or plug it into with the 12-volt power plug that's supplied. Now, link is down below. This device, I was going to say camera, this device comes in at $275. Now, for what it offers, I think that's really worth it. Just from, you know, say we're doing 150 feet of cables, Ethernet, SDI, whatever, you're looking at that price anyway. So again, the fact that you can have something like this with Canon batteries, if you already have them, or with just a supplied cable, now you have now added your cameras into turned your cameras into wireless ones. Let me know if you have any other questions or other ways you want me to test this out. We're going to be holding on to this again. Thank you, AIDA Imaging, for sending me this. And this is now added to the arsenal. You never know. We start getting into some more games again. If schools decide to want to get back to streaming as well, too, that's one of the things I will test out. We do any more weddings and stuff like this, I am definitely going to add this to my arsenal to make this a lot easier to use and get stuff up and out of the way. Link is down below if you're interested, and that's about it. So if you like this type of content, appreciate a like, consider subscribing, hit that bell. That way you get notified when we come out with other videos to help modernize your media ministry. Thanks for watching, folks. This is AJ. Catch you on the next video. Later.